Hello and welcome. I'm Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney of Landerholm Immigration A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. And today I want to talk about how to prepare for an adjustment of status interview. All right? So, first off, once you've filed your application for adjustment of status, you should receive receipt notices, you should eventually be called in to take biometrics, and eventually you'll be sent an interview notice, all right? When you receive the interview notice, look at it carefully, all right, and read it thoroughly. It says who you need to bring with you to your interview, and it says which documents you need to bring with you to your interview, all right? So once you've got that, then now it's really time to start preparing for that interview, all right? And I should say that actually the best time to start preparing for your adjustment interview is even before you file a case. But now that you've got the interview notice and you know that it's coming, all right, now let's really think about and strategize how you're going to present yourself in that interview. First of all, if you've got an attorney, and I hope that you do, if you've got an attorney, please get in touch with that person, all right? Sometimes you receive your interview notice before they do. Sometimes you receive it and their notice gets lost in the mail. And sometimes we receive it and our clients never get it. And so it's important that you and your attorney maintain good communication when your interview gets scheduled, all right? In our office, we do our interview preparation appointment 10 days before the adjustment interview, approximately 10 days before the interview, all right? What we do is, first off, we go over the notice, all right, and we make sure that we're clear on the date and time and who's going to represent you and how we're going to meet and all of that stuff, all of the logistics for the interview, all right? The second thing that I like to do is I like to go over all of the forms and all of the application that was submitted in the past. You know, adjustment of status cases right now are taking, 13 to 15 months, all right, in San Francisco right now, all right? And so what that means is that the information that we put on the application 13 to 15 months ago often needs to be updated. And so it's critical that we go through everything in the paperwork and make sure that it's still accurate. You know, if you've moved, if you've changed jobs, if there's some difference in your circumstances or situation, we want to be able to document that and come to the interview prepared to update all of the information that the officer is looking at, because the officer doesn't really care about the information in the past. They want to make sure that the information that are on the forms are accurate on the day of the interview, all right? So you want to walk in there ready to update anything that needs to be updated, all right? The third thing that you do is, or that I like to do, is to think about what type of adjustment it is, and then think about what kinds of questions the officers will typically ask, all right? For example, if it's a marriage-based case, all right, and if it's through marriage, the officer is going to ask you about your relationship. And they're going to ask you how you met, right? They're going to go over the forms. They're going to make sure the documents are in. And then they're going to turn and look at you and say, hey, why do you love this guy? Or why do you love this girl? And how did you meet? And how did you fall in love? And they're going to try to make sure that your relationship is legitimate, all right? And so be prepared for that. And walk in and just be like, hey, this is who we are, and this is how we met, and this is what we do. And make sure that you discuss it with your partner before going in, so that you say, so that you're on the same page, all right? Because you don't want there to be any, weirdness about the conversation. Disagreeing with, if one person has one version of the story and one person has a different version of the story, that's not the end of the world. Everybody disagrees on certain details. But it's good to go over it and be clear about where you disagree, or be clear about what your version is, so that the officer can see that you have a legitimate relationship. And that's really the goal, all right? So if you have any questions about that, or if you would like help preparing specifically for your interview, please don't hesitate. Interviews come relatively quickly, and if you've been scheduled for one, don't hesitate. You can contact my office. We've got our phone number here below this video. I'd love to walk you through it. So thank you so much. I'm Otis Landerholm, Landerholm Immigration A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. And thank you again.